My child, pause for a moment before you turn away from these words. Do not let the rush of your day or the weariness in your spirit pull you away from the sacred space I have carved out for you. Hear me, for this is not a mere coincidence, a random string of words you have stumbled upon. This is a divine appointment. I am leaning down from eternity into your present moment, speaking directly to the deepest part of you, the part that feels unseen, unheard, and utterly exhausted. My child, I see you. I do not see the mask you wear for the world, the brave face you put on each morning, or the forced smile that hides a universe of turmoil. I see beyond all that. I see the landscape of your soul, and I know it is tired. I know there are days when the simple act of breathing feels like a monumental effort. You look at the world around you, at its noise, its chaos, its shifting values, and you feel like a stranger in a foreign land. A profound sense of alienation has settled upon your heart, whispering that you do not belong, that you are out of step with the rhythm of this age. You feel the grit and the grime of this world clinging to you, and it has become a heavy burden to walk this path. But I want you to listen to me now. In the quietness of your heart, hear my truth. Every tear that has ever traced a silent path down your cheek, I have seen it. I have counted them. Each one is known to me. Every cry that has been choked back into a silent scream in the dead of night, a cry you were certain no one could ever hear, I heard it. It echoed in the halls of heaven. I have been the sole witness to your loneliest moments, when you stood enveloped by a darkness so thick you wondered if you had been completely forgotten, if anyone in the entire universe still cared. In those exact moments, my child, I was there. My arms were wrapped around you, holding you together when you felt you were shattering into a million pieces. Even when you could not feel my presence, I was your foundation. Even when you could not perceive my touch, I was the one holding your hand. So I implore you, do not believe the most ancient and cruel lie of the enemy, the lie that you are forsaken. Do not give sanctuary in your mind to the insidious whisper that tells you I have turned my face from you, that your struggles have made me abandon you. That is an impossibility. For I, the Lord your God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the one who knows you by name, I never ever abandon those who call upon me. My nature is faithfulness. My character is love. Even when your faith felt as fragile as a spitter's thread, I was there. Even when your heart was a storm of doubt and your mind was filled with questions about my ways and my timing, I was there. Even when you stumbled and fell, feeling the sharp sting of your own weakness, my gaze upon you was not one of judgment, but of infinite love and boundless mercy. You are mine. From the moment I first thought of you before the foundation of the world, you have been mine, and I will not let you go. Nothing can snatch you from my hand. I understand why your heart is heavy. You see the world around you and it grieves your spirit, for it grieves mine as well. You see wickedness being celebrated as a progress, and corruption weaving its way into the fabric of society. You hear people calling good evil and evil good. You see truth being twisted, mocked, and discarded, while holiness is treated as an outdated relic, something to be despised. It feels suffocating, like trying to breathe in a vacuum. You feel pressured to conform, to quiet the truth within you, to simply blend in to survive. But I tell you this, my beloved child, you were never meant to blend in. You are called to be distinct. You are not fashioned to fit into the molds of this temporary age. You were created and set apart to be a carrier of my light. Think of yourself as a lamp, and your purpose is not to be hidden under a bushel, but to be placed on a stand, to shine my light into the very midst of the encroaching darkness. Yes, the world is broken. Yes, there is evil. But take heart, for I have overcome the world. And because you are in me and I am in you, that same overcoming power resides within you. You are not a victim of the world. You are an overcomer in me. Child, I know your personal struggles intimately. I know the specific burdens that have been weighing on your shoulders, making your back ache and your spirit bend. I know the long, sleepless nights you have spent staring into the darkness, your mind racing, searching for answers that seem to elude you, pleading for a peace that feels impossibly far away, crying out for a purpose that would make all the pain make sense. You have looked at your reflection and asked, why am I even here? What is the point of all this suffering? Why should I keep fighting, keep believing, keep trying to walk in righteousness when the world around me never seems to change for the better? I want to answer you now. Every single moment of your life, from the most triumphant to the most painful, carries profound meaning within my grand design. Every breath you take is a gift, orchestrated within my sovereign plan. Nothing, absolutely nothing you have endured has been for naught. Nothing is wasted in my economy. Even your pain, especially your pain, has a holy purpose. I am using it as a divine instrument. I am shaping you through it. I am refining you in the furnace of affliction. Do you not remember my word? Gold is not purified by gentle breezes, but by intense fire that brings all the dross, all the impurity to the surface to be skimmed away, leaving only what is pure and precious. Do you not know that a diamond, one of the hardest and most brilliant substances on earth, is not formed in comfort, but is created under immense, unimaginable pressure deep within the earth? Do you not see the paradox of the harvest? A seed cannot bring forth a great tree or a field of wheat unless it is first buried in the dark soil, surrendering its own form and seemingly dying. So it is with you, my precious child. The season you perceive as your end is, in my hands, only the beginning of something new. What you fear is your final destruction is actually your divine transformation. What you mourn as a devastating loss is my way of preparing you for a far greater gain. I hear your hearts cry, Father, I am too weak, I have no strength left. But I answer you, it is in that very weakness that my strength is made perfect. When you are empty of your own power, you create space for mine to fill you. You say, I cannot take another step, I cannot walk any further. But I tell you, then I will carry you. My arms are strong enough for both of us. You cry out, but I have failed so many times. I am a disappointment. But I whisper back to your spirit, my mercy is new every single morning. Your failures do not define you. My love redeems you. Your identity is not in what you have done, but in what my Son has done for you. Look at me, my child. I need you to shift your focus. Avert your gaze from the churning waves of your pain. Stop staring at the ghost of your past shame. Do not be mesmerized by the violent storms raging in the world around you. Fix your eyes upon me. Remember my servant Peter. When his eyes were on me, he did the impossible, he walked on the water. But the moment he looked away, the moment he focused on the wind and the waves, he began to sink. And so it is with you. If you fixate on the chaos of the world, you will drown in a sea of despair. But if you set your gaze steadfastly on me, your Creator, your Redeemer, your constant companion, you will rise above every storm, every fear, and every trial. You will walk on waters you thought would consume you. I know your heart has grown weary and perhaps even cynical because you see people around you who prosper in their wickedness. You see them taking shortcuts, compromising their integrity and living lives devoid of me, and yet they seem to flourish. You wonder, does it even matter? Does righteousness still count for anything? Oh, my child, I tell you with all the authority of heaven, I am not blind. I am not a passive observer. I see every deed, both righteous and wicked. The day of accounting will come, and I will repay. Do not waste a moment of your precious energy envying them. Their joy is as fleeting as a morning mist. Their success is built on a foundation of sand. Their earthly riches will rot and become dust. But you, my child, who chooses to walk with me even when it is difficult, you will inherit treasures that can never fade, never perish, and never be stolen. You are investing in an eternal kingdom. Do you truly think for even a second that I have forgotten you? No, beloved. That is a thought born of fear, not of faith. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. You are perpetually before my eyes. Every moment of your life is laid bare before me. I know when you sit down and when you rise up. I perceive your thoughts from afar, even before you are fully aware of them yourself. I know the words that will form on your tongue before you even speak them. My knowledge of you is that intimate. Every hair on your head is numbered. If my care extends to the smallest sparrow that falls from the sky, how much more, how infinitely more do you think I care for you? You were made in my image. You are precious in my sight. You are honored, and I have loved you with an everlasting love. I know the feeling of unworthiness haunts you. You look back at the landscape of your past and see a battlefield littered with mistakes, sins, deep regrets, and spectacular failures. The enemy loves to play these memories for you on a loop, to convince you that you are disqualified. But I want you to know today with absolute certainty that I do not look at you the way the world looks at you, or even the way you look at yourself. I do not define you by your past. I define you by my promise. The blood of my Son, Jesus, was a payment in full. It has washed away every sin, every stain, every blemish. The cross was not a symbol of defeat, but the instrument that broke every chain of condemnation that held you captive. You are forgiven. You are redeemed. You are a new creation. Do not allow shame to hold you hostage any longer. Shame is a prison, but I have already opened the door. What I have forgiven, let no person, including 𝐆𝐎𝐃 condemn. Child, when you fall, do not run from me in shame. Run to me in surrender. My arms are not crossed in judgment. They are open to receive you. I am not waiting to condemn you. I am waiting to lift you up. Just like the father in the story who saw his prodigal son from a great distance and ran to embrace him, I run to you with a heart full of compassion. You may feel dirty, unworthy, and broken beyond repair, but I see my child. I clothe you in a robe of my own righteousness. I place a crown of mercy on your head. I call you my son, my daughter, my beloved. You may think you have strayed too far, but there is no distance too great for my love to traverse. There is no pit so deep that my grace cannot reach deeper still. The world will misunderstand you. At times it will reject you, mock your faith, and despise the light you carry. But know this and let it be the anchor for your soul. I chose you. Before the foundations of the world were laid, I chose you. Before you were even formed in your mother's womb, I knew you by name. I set you apart. I appointed you for such a time as this. Your existence is not an accident. Your life is not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are a vital and irreplaceable part of my divine, eternal plan. And nothing and no one can stop the good work that I have begun in you. So lift up your head, my dear child. Stop walking with the posture of defeat. Stop allowing fear to be the dictator of your steps and the author of your decisions. I have not given you a spirit of fear and timidity. I have given you a spirit of power, of love, and of a sound, disciplined mind. I am with you always. I am with you when you wake in the morning and when you lie down at night. I am with you when you go out into the world and when you return to the safety of your home. I go before you to prepare the way. I stand behind you as your rear guard. I walk beside you as your faithful companion. When you pass through the deep waters of sorrow, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire of affliction, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. When you feel utterly and completely alone, know that I am nearer to you than your very next breath. The enemy of your soul wants to silence you because he knows there is world-changing power in your voice when it is aligned with my truth. He wants to break your spirit because he knows you carry my inextinguishable light. He wants to destroy you because he knows that you belong to me. But you must not fear. Listen to my promise. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. The gates of hell itself shall not prevail against the church, and you are a living stone in that church. Every scheme, every plot, every plan of the enemy will ultimately fail, for I have already secured your victory in my name. Do not despise the season you are in right now. It may feel like a barren wilderness, but the wilderness is where I strip away all distractions and shape my most resilient warriors. It may feel like a terrifying storm, but the storm is the stage upon which I reveal my awesome power over all creation. It may feel like a deafening silence from heaven, but even in the silence, I am speaking to you in ways your spirit can understand. Trust the process. Trust my timing. I am not delaying to harm you or to frustrate you. I am preparing you to receive the blessings I have in store for you. At the right moment, the perfect moment, I will open doors that no man can shut. At the right time, I will lift you up for all to see. At the right time, you will look back and see with perfect clarity that every tear, every trial, and every moment of waiting was a necessary step, leading you ever closer to my heart. My child, I have plans for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. My plans for your life are so much grander than what you can currently see or imagine. Do not settle for the cheap imitations the world offers. Why would you chase after the crumbs of fleeting pleasure that the world throws on the floor when I have prepared a lavish table of eternal blessings for you? Why would you give up now, when you are so much closer than you think to the breakthrough you have been praying for? And even if, in this life, the world never gives you what you think you desire, remember this ultimate truth. I myself am your reward. To have me is to have everything. To walk with me is to walk in true abundance. To know me is to know a peace that transcends all circumstances and all understanding. So my beloved, do not treat this message as just another passing voice in a sea of noise. This is my voice, your Father's voice, calling out specifically to you. This is my hand reaching out through the chaos to find yours. This is my heart poured out like a drink offering for you. Today, right now, if you hear my voice, do not harden your heart. Do not let doubt or cynicism build a wall. Today is a day of mercy. Today is a day of grace. Today is the day of your new beginning. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest for your soul. Come to me with your fistful of doubts, your mountains of fear, your oceans of pain, and I will trade them for my unshakable peace. Come to me with your shattered pieces, your brokenness, your sense of being incomplete, and I will patiently make you whole again. Come to me with your emptiness, your loneliness, your longing, and I will fill you with my spirit, with life that is truly life, overflowing and abundant. My child, you constantly wonder why your life has taken you into places you never wanted to go. You question why you have been forced to walk down desolate paths you did not choose. You cry out in confusion, facing storms you never prayed for, carrying burdens you never asked to bear. You look at the trials arrayed before you and they seem cruel, senseless, arbitrary, and utterly unbearable. You cry out to me, "Why, Father? Why must I go through this? Why does my heart have to be shattered into so many pieces? Why do I feel so broken that I cannot even begin to gather the fragments of myself again?" And I tell you today, my beloved, the reason is not that I have abandoned you. It is not because I have forgotten you. It is certainly not because I take some cruel delight in your pain. No, my child, never believe that. Every tear that escapes your eyes is precious to me. Each one is counted and held. Every quiet sigh of your aching heart is written in my book. And every groan of your spirit, the one so deep you cannot even form them into words, is carried by my spirit directly into my presence. You see only this painful, present moment, but I see the entire tapestry of your journey from beginning to end. You see only the suffering of today, but I see the glorious strength you will possess tomorrow. You see the raging storm, but I see the brilliant, vibrant rainbow that will follow after the storm has passed. You see yourself as hopelessly broken, but I see the magnificent masterpiece that I am forming from those very same broken pieces. You wonder why you must face situations that feel like they are crushing the very life out of you. I tell you, these situations are not designed to destroy you. They are my chosen instruments to refine you, to shape your character, and to bring forth priceless treasures of resilience, compassion, and faith that are hidden deep within your soul. Do you not understand the sacred paradox of the seed? It must first fall to the ground and die. It must be buried in darkness. The soil must press in on it from all sides, and the season of waiting must stretch its very being before the first green shoot can finally break forth into the light. So it is with you, my child. You are like that seed, and at times, I have planted you in circumstances where you feel covered by darkness, pressured by an immense weight, and left in an agonizing silence. But do not despair, for even under the dark soil, my work continues. Even when no one on earth can see your growth, I am there, secretly nurturing you. Even when you feel buried, you are not dead. You are planted, and what I plant will surely, in its proper season, rise. There are times when you must walk through valleys of deep shadow, valleys you never wanted to see. There are moments when you face betrayal from those you trusted, loss of those you loved, sickness in your body, disappointments in your dreams, and heartaches that literally tear you apart. You cry out for deliverance, for a rescue, but the deliverance does not come in the way you expect or in the timing you demand. And you ask with a broken heart, "Father, why are you allowing this?" My child, I allow what you cannot understand now because I see what you cannot yet see. I allow you to pass through the fire because I know that it is only through that intense heat that the impurities of fear, pride, and self-reliance will be burned away. I allow you to face the violent storm because I know that it is only in the tempest that your spiritual roots will be forced to grow deep enough to anchor you for the rest of your life. I allow your heart to break because, sometimes, it is only through the cracks of a broken heart that my light can fully penetrate the deepest, most guarded chambers of your soul. It is there that I can rebuild you in ways you never could have imagined, making you more compassionate, more loving, and more like my son. The pain you are feeling is not meaningless. The battles you are facing are not random. The trials you are enduring are not wasted. Each one carries within it a divine purpose, though that purpose may be veiled from your eyes for now. You think this suffering is the end of your story, but I tell you, it is the beginning of a deeper chapter. For it is through the struggle that you truly learn to lean on me, not on your own understanding. It is through the fire that you learn that my presence alone is enough. It is through the storm that you discover that my peace is a real, tangible force, greater than any wave that can rise against you. My child, I know you desire a life free from all pain, but such a life, while seemingly pleasant, would leave you shallow. Without pressure, there can be no diamond. Without resistance, there can be no muscular strength. Without trials, there can be no powerful testimony of my faithfulness. I allow what you did not want in your life because, through it, you will become who you were always meant to be. A life without challenge might look appealing from a distance, but it would leave your soul weak, untested, and unprepared for the high and holy calling I have placed upon you. Think of my own son. Did he want the cup of suffering he had to drink? Did he not cry out in the garden, his sweat like drops of blood, "Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me"? Yet, in perfect trust and submission, he concluded, "Not my will, but yours be done." And it was through his ultimate suffering that redemption for all of humanity was born. If the greatest glory in history came through the path of suffering, do not despise the path I sometimes allow for you. For it too, when surrendered to me, will bring forth a greater glory in your life. I know the weight feels unbearable. I know there are nights when you curl up in a ball of silent anguish and wonder if you will ever have the strength to rise again. I know there are mornings when you struggle to even draw breath under the crushing heaviness on your soul. But it is precisely in those moments, child, that I am nearest to you. The world may not see your struggle. Your friends may grow weary and abandon you. even your own family may fail to understand. But I am the one who promises, I will never leave you nor forsake you. When you are too weak to even form a prayer, my Spirit intercedes on your behalf with groanings too deep for words. When you are too broken to stand, I am the one holding you up in my everlasting arms. So what must you do when you face these unwanted, painful situations? Do not run from me, run to me. Do not silence your cries, pour them out before me like water. I can handle your anger, your confusion, your sorrow. Do not try to hold yourself together with your own failing strength. Give yourself permission to fall apart in my presence. Let yourself fall completely into my hands, for I am the master potter. When a vessel is marred on the wheel, I do not discard the clay. I lovingly reshape it, making it new again. Lift up your pain and place it on my altar. Do not try to numb it with the endless distractions of the world. Do not allow your heart to grow hard with bitterness and resentment. Do not lose yourself in the gray fog of hopelessness. Instead, come and sit with me in the silence. Bring me your tears and allow me to whisper my eternal truth into your weary soul. When you are broken, do not hide your brokenness from me. I do my most beautiful work with broken things. Remember, a broken alabaster jar released a fragrance that filled an entire house. A few broken loaves of bread became the meal that fed thousands. A broken body on a cross brought salvation to all of mankind. And a broken heart, fully surrendered to me, becomes a vessel for my glory to shine through. Do not despise the pain, child. Bring it to me as an offering. Do not despise the season of waiting, for in the waiting, I am forging in you an unshakable faith. Do not despise the times you cannot understand, for in those very moments, I am teaching you the profound lesson of trusting not in what you can see, but in who I am. You desperately want answers, but I give you myself, because I am the answer to every question you could ever ask. You want quick relief from your pain, but I give you my constant presence, because my presence is infinitely greater than temporary relief. What should you do when your soul feels crushed? Worship me, even if your voice trembles and your tears flow. Give thanks to me, even when your heart aches with loss. Trust in me, even when you cannot trace my hand at work. Speak my promises aloud, even when everything in your reality seems to contradict them. For when you choose to worship in the storm begins to lose its power over you. When you give thanks in the valley of shadow, that valley becomes holy ground. When you choose to trust me in the darkness cannot and will not overcome you. And when you declare my promises in faith, you silence the accusing voice of the enemy. My child, do not think for a moment that this breaking is the end. The breaking is the beginning of a greater intimacy with me. The breaking is the doorway to a deeper revelation of who I am. The breaking is the fertile soil in which new, vibrant life will grow. I know it hurts, but I am with you in the hurt. I know it feels like a devastating loss, but I am in the process of turning it into an eternal gain. I know it feels like death, but out of death I bring resurrection. There are treasures hidden in the darkness of your trial, treasures of wisdom and character you would never have discovered had you only walked in the light. There is a strength hidden in your weakness, a divine strength you would never have known you possessed without being pressed far beyond your human limits. There is a peace that passes all understanding, a peace you would never have truly experienced unless you had first to face utter chaos. There is a joy unspeakable and full of glory, a joy you would never have been able to touch unless you had first walked through the valley of sorrow. So what must you do in these times? Stay close to me. Let my word be your daily bread. Let my spirit be your constant comfort. Let my presence be your sanctuary, your dwelling place. Do not isolate yourself, but allow me to surround you with my love. Speak to me honestly as a child speaks to a loving father. Cry if you must, for I catch every tear. Rest if you must, for I will watch over your slumber. But whatever you do, my beloved, do not give up. Every season has an end. Every valley has an exit. Every storm eventually runs out of rain. Every long night gives way to the morning sun. What you are facing now will not last forever, but what you are learning in it will last for all eternity. Trust me, for I am writing a story far greater than you can possibly comprehend. Trust me, for I am weaving together all things, even the painful, ugly things, for your ultimate good. Trust me, for my plans are higher than your plans. My ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. And when at last you look back on the season from a place of healing and peace, you will not see only the pain. You will see my hand faithfully carrying you. You will see my love powerfully sustaining you. You will see my power working perfectly in your weakness. You will see that what the enemy intended for your destruction, I have masterfully turned for your good and for my glory. You will see that every broken piece has become part of a beautiful mosaic, more intricate and stunning than you ever dreamed. My child, I know you are weary, but hear my voice one more time. This is not the end of your story. This breaking is not your end, it is your shaping. This valley is not your grave, it is your classroom. This fire is not meant to consume you, it is meant to purify you. This storm is not meant to drown you, it is meant to teach you that I am the one who commands the winds and the waves. Hold on to me, do not let go, and you will see my glory revealed in your life. I am your Father, and I love you with a love that will never fade, never fail, and never let you go. Amen.